Do you remember your first band? What the name of it was?
I had a band really, the one in 7th and 8th grade. I don't even know if we had a name. I know I had twin brothers that were in the band, but the first band, Gibraltar, was really my first high school dance band. We would get the gigs and we were doing like, Montrose and Aerosmith and the Tubes and weird stuff that you couldn't even dance to. But we were like, I had the dry ice, I had the boom stand, which now the headset is the best. I mean, that's the best thing I ever could get is a headset.
I like that broom stand when it comes over your head.
Oh yeah, man. That with the gooseneck.
And you sing up like that. Yeah. That's great.
The dry ice
it around.
Oh yeah. The dry ice would come out of the can in the back and then shock me because it would be getting water and stuff. And
oh yeah.
That was fun trying to break the dry ice out in the yard with a big bed sheet cracking against the wall. So we went all out, man. We had a lot of fun.
Well, you guys were probably always booked steady. I mean, that's you bring in the big stage to the small little venues. People love that.
Your father made me lights. He made me a drum set.
Oh man.
They made me a clear drum set. Yeah. I mean, we bought all the lugs and I had my own clear drum set that was homemade. I don't know where it is now, but I'm always selling and buying things. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Do not buy any more cymbals. You got enough already. Because but there's different ones. I got to have this one for that and this one that, how it is. It's like, it's never ending.
I love it. Man, your dad sounds amazing. He was so supportive. What were your parents listening to? Like when you were a little kid on the turntable that would have maybe influenced you, what was their music?
I don't think we had a lot of music at all playing at the house, to be honest with you. I know my father, well, I'll tell you the truth. My mom, I made her tapes of like Barbara Streisand, Engelbert Humperdinck, Tom Jones, like that. And then my father, the classic stuff like, Sinatra, but not a lot of music. There really wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, I'm Italian American. You like Sinatra, back then.
Hell, I even did with Bob Kulick, we did a tribute to Sinatra. We kind of roughed up Strangers in the Night. Wow. So that's out.
Wow.
That was interesting. I would have liked to do it traditional, but they wanted to do it heavier. So we did it.
Right. Of course. That's why they brought you in.
My sister was the big one for music. She was next door to my room and she had all the cool albums. The Crosby, Stills and Nash, all the deeper cut stuff that I wasn't really new to. Like her friend brought over me, Get Your Wings. She goes, I don't know who these are. I don't like this. You want this? Things like that. And they'd have parties and I would listen to all their music too. So it gave me a little bit of up and what's going on too, what everyone else was listening to at an older age,
Oh, so how much older was she from you?
She wasn't very much older than me, actually, probably like 3 years older.
But when you're a kid, that's a whole nother world. So she was listening to what was on the radio and it was changing so fast. That'll influence you,
Yeah, it was cool to be able to go in there and just grab what I wanted to listen to or listen to what she was listening to.
So Anthrax was a generation like defining band in late 80s while metal style music was peaking. I mean, did you feel like at the time, like, oh my God, we're in this cutting edge new thing, that we're charting waters that nobody else has done? I mean, did it feel like you were part of this new movement or were you just doing your thing?
I always say when I got a call to fly out to check out this band, my father called us. I was in this cover band for a little while Bible Black was kind of really not doing anything. And just to show up and see 4 guys from New York City playing this hard, heavier stuff, even though I listened to Maiden and Priest and stuff, but this was different, and then plus I hadn't really heard myself really sing full in a capacity where like I had to do something completely different. And all of a sudden there's this originality from that band and myself formed this kind of cool thing with a little tenor vocal with some fast, some speed, it just was cool the way it went down. And I don't think of it any other way, but I had no idea what I was dealing with, musically, because I hadn't heard it before and I didn't know the people.
Well, they obviously had checked you out. They found you, like you said. I mean, they found you and they wanted you there. That's incredible. And you weren't singing like that style,
No,
right?
not at all. I was doing, all classic rock at the time. The Bible Black was a blues kind of Sabbathy, Deep Purple stuff, but we really never got our feet on the ground. Everybody was just really at the last bit of their wanting to do it. It almost was like, wow, it was kind of a shame, that we never really got to get doing something for real. But at the same time, it afforded me just to move on and see something else. And then that's where my name from that band come to a possibility for them to have someone come in without really having to search around and do a cattle call, which I don't know if they did that I know of. And I walked in it, and they asked right away if you would be interested in stick around and do some more. And, and it just kind of led to what it did. I had no idea. In fact, I wasn't sure what we were going to be. There was just no way to tell.